What is up, guys? It's your boy Choir of Cacus, and today we have the guide for week 3 of the Encore exotic mission, showcasing everything you need to know to unlock the third and final intrinsic perk, as well as the exotic catalyst for your Choir of 1 exotic auto rifle. And this week will get you the Onslaught retrofit exotic catalyst, which does seem to be the most powerful one. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, we are just going over what you need to do in terms of the puzzles and the secret chests and so on for week 3. If you're behind and need to do week 2, definitely check out my guide linked up above, and then that will link to week 1 if you haven't done anything. Alright, so as for week 3, again, you're going to have to go to the tower and talk to Banshee the Gunsmith. He is going to give you the new quest you need. And just like last week, guys, if you have already done the expert difficulty, you don't need to do it again. You just need to find the new chest, and again, you can do that on the normal difficulty. However, if you actually go over the exotic mission just like last week, it is actually the wrong one. It is Encore Concerto initially, which is what you did for week 2. So you will need to go to the helm and pick up this week's story quest and do the first few steps of it to unlock the proper exotic mission. So you're going to have to go to Neomuna, to the Veil, interact with this object right here. Then you're actually going to need to fast travel somewhere else on Neomuna and go and interact with this object right here in this public event space. At this point, your quest will update, and now, as you can see right here, it changes the name of the exotic mission to Encore Coda. This is super important. You need it to say Encore Coda to actually find the new secret chest. So don't waste your time doing the old version of Encore. Alright, now as for this Encore Coda exotic mission, initially when you start, you're going to have to listen to some dialogue from Osiris. After that, you're going to play through pretty much as normal until you get to the infamous purple drop down. At that point, remember to go into the Nexus room and activate all of the portals, and you do that by shooting those Vex squares in the correct order. Shoot the one that has the mini glowing square below it. And then, guys, after that, we do have a difference in this week's exotic mission compared to previous weeks. And you're going to notice that right here when you are running away from the death wall. You can see you actually have these Vex diamonds that you can shoot in the air, and as you can see, when you do, it's actually going to stun nearby enemies. Now, as the enemies are stunned, they're actually immune, so it's a bit of a trade-off. You can't damage them, but just keep that in mind. That is something that is going to be coming up for the rest of the mission. Usually whenever there's enemies around, you now have the option to shoot those Vex diamonds and stun everything nearby. But we continue from there to the first conflux. So you're going to activate this conflux as you normally would. You're going to head through the portal it generates, and you're going to see two different options, strangely. So you actually want to go to the one to the left, even though the one to the left will lead to the opening area, just like the week 1 portal did. As you can see right here, there's actually a second conflux located near where you spawn in. That is what you need to activate. Just a warning, if you go through the back middle one like we did, it actually blocked us out, so we had to do this before coming out. But anyways, you're going to activate this new conflux, and that is seemingly just going to spawn a bunch of minotaurs, and that's it. There really wasn't a puzzle, at least not one we noticed. We just killed all the minotaurs, and boom, that will give you the new intrinsic trait upgrade for your Choir of 1. Now, at this point, you can just continue the mission as normal. Remember, you don't have to do any of the previous week's puzzles, which is kind of weird because there's another conflux literally in that area. If you want to, you can. It's just going to give you additional rewards, but it's not necessary. So you're going to go through the mission as you normally would until you reach that second conflux. This is going to open a portal, and this time when you go through into the portal room, there is actually a third and a brand new portal open on the right, which was never open before. This is the one you need to go through, and this puzzle is a bit complex. So upon going through the portal, you're going to end up in this brand new area, and you're going to see a massive kind of Vex wall in front of you. In fact, there's more Vex walls forming essentially a square in the middle of this area, blocking you off. Then to your left, you're going to see a Hydra. Go ahead and kill that guy, and right by that Hydra is going to be a glowing platform. When you stand on this platform, as you can see right here, it makes two sets of rings, one off to the left and one to the right. Now, on the other side of this arena, kind of like on the other side of the square, you're going to find more of this stuff. So there's going to be another Hydra you need to kill. Definitely take that guy down. That's going to essentially unlock that other platform. And then you're going to need to go back, because where you initially came out of the portal, there is now going to be, as you can see, a green module on the ground you need to pick up, as well as a glowing Minotaur with an objective marker above him. You kill that guy, and that Minotaur will drop an Arc Cranium. So, what the heck do you do here? Well, if you guys remember back to the very first mission, the introductory mission of episode Echoes, it's literally that, where you grab the Arc Craniums and you bounced it off mirrors to hit things. You are doing that again. So, as you can see right here, you're going to have to, with the Arc Cranium, stand on one of those glowing platforms to create those rings, and then one of your teammates with the green module, they are going to plant it in one of these bowls, and as you can see, that is going to spawn essentially all the mirrors you need to shoot the cranium through, and it's going to bounce and hit the proper objectives. But you'll notice, like initially, we're actually on the wrong side, because there's only mirrors that spawn, none of the actual things we need to hit. So you have to go around this cube and find the wall essentially where you actually have the things you need to shoot. So we started back on the very initial wall right here, right next to the portal. As you guys can see, it has those like rings, those glowing rings with like the Vex squares inside them that you actually need to shoot with the laser. So we planted the green module in this bowl. I stood on the nearby platform, and you have to line it up perfectly to bounce the beam through all of the different rings. As you can see, like it takes a little bit of adjusting, but then I get a big flash and I get that complete. Then you're gonna have to go around and find where the next set of the rings spawn. So you can see like everything's clearly over right here. Someone plants the green module there. I shoot through the rings, I line it up, and boom, I get another one complete. Now keep in mind, you actually have a limited amount of ammo when doing this, and some of them you have to be pretty perfect in terms of the lineup to bounce everything around these mirrors properly. So if you do run out of ammo with your cranium, another Minotaur will spawn. As you can see, you can kill that guy and grab another one, no problem. And then it's just a continuation of those same mechanics. Find where those rings spawn, stand on the nearby platform, line it up perfectly, and guys, once you have done that on all four sides of this cube, then as you can see, it will open up, allowing you to go and grab the chest in the very center, and that will give you the Onslaught Retrofit Exotic Catalyst for your Choir of One. There's a Specimen right nearby, don't forget that. And then after that, guys, you can go and beat the final boss. Really wasn't too much difference. However, there was those things that detain you, those little red squares that spawn, and then that little guy that goes and puts you in that detain bubble. So just be aware of that. That was kind of annoying. But aside from that, you are going to be completely done now. You have unlocked every single upgrade for your Choir of One exotic auto rifle. I should note that once you do beat the boss, there's like a cutscene and pretty much the end of the entire episode Echoes storyline, so just make sure you do actually complete this mission, don't just back out. And then guys, as you can see, I can put all my upgrades on my Choir of One. Should be pretty interesting with Onslaught, especially right now with the seasonal artifact mods essentially acting like subsistence and giving you ammo back. Once those are gone, there's an argument for subsistence just because it's so awesome, and you know, does this thing really need to shoot faster and be even more powerful? You know, that's something to be seen. Guys, That is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus, that is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.